And Triad has a comfortable 21-7 lead.
Thank another one of our sponsors, Todd of Kahoks Sports Network. It's Max Mechanical Contractors. Full-service design, build, mechanical contractor. They primarily serve customers in eastern Missouri and southern Illinois region. They also follow our national customers to wherever the can be of value. Kind of like a typo there, I guess. Messing me up. Let's get back to Max Mechanical Contractor, specializing in design build projects, building automation systems, piping systems, HVAC repair and maintenance. Max Mechanical for your commercial, industrial, HVAC, and mechanical needs. Contact owner John Blaylock at 314-550-7955. Was that it, Todd, or was it over here? I think it was over here, Todd, where the mistake was made. Max Mechanical Contractors.
We'll have to do a retype.
Maybe it's me. I don't know. I told you I took that nap earlier, and it messed me all up. The rest of my day's ruined.
2:44 left to play here in the first half. 21-7 in favor of Triad after Collinsville had a 7-0 lead. And well, last week they had a 13-0 lead and ended up losing. And this week they had a 7-0 lead and now stare up at a 21-7 score in favor of the Knights.
Well, they're going to have to go into halftime and adjust a few things on defense, primarily stopping Medved there off the right-hand side. That's where all his nice runs have been.
York kicks it off once again. This time it's not going to go to one of the up men. It goes to the man in the back, and that's a nice little run there as a zig and a zag. But John Davis couldn't get much farther than the 30-yard line. And that's where Collinsville will start from their own 30-yard line. 2:37 left to go. They can do it.
Well, and I think with Philando being out, he was knocked out early. That's a big impact there on the K-Hawk offense. So not being able to really move the ball, except a few plays there with Mayweather, looked like nice runs. But the turnovers, the snaps are just killing them here early.
So Collinsville, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. This time one lone setback, and that is to the left-hand side. Now Mayweather comes into motion. Here's the snap. It's high, and a nice job getting that ball handed off to Mayweather. He scoots around to the right side, has a first down and more. He's going to the races as well, folks. Down to the 20, down to the 10, down, touchdown.
Nice run there. Beautiful run again. If they make the exchange, they're going around there. They're moving the ball, Todd. It's just that getting the ball from the center to the quarterback to begin the playoffs been the problem. Almost an issue there again. You saw the snap was high. They're going to have to do something about that.
I think that Zabalia actually handed that ball off while he was in midair coming down with that ball, and Mayweather took off from there. So he has a 69-yard touchdown run tonight and a 70-yard touchdown run tonight.
Yeah.
That was what Collinsville needed.
Right, exactly what they needed. Brings them back, puts them back in this game here, get the defense ready to come out here in these last 2 minutes, maybe get the ball back, maybe turn over by Triad, get another shot at it before going into the locker room at half. But what a nice run by Mayweather. He's showing the speed there again. Zabalia trying out for the basketball team, I think a couple months early, but off of that last play, he should make it.
Josh Calvin in to try the extra point to get Collinsville back to within a touchdown of the Triad Knights. Unfortunately, it only took about 10 seconds off the clock, so Triad's going to have some time to come back and see if they can answer. There's a penalty on the play that apparently will be assessed on the kickoff. As Calvin is ready to take his stab at the extra point. He's already 1 for 1 in the extra point category. Here's the snap. Ball is down. Kick is up, and it is going wide.
Ooh,
wide to the right.
Hurt. That's going to hurt, Todd. They needed that right there, but still a lot of game to be played. 21-13, Triad.
I don't think the holder got the ball down on the ground.
Yeah, I think it slipped there. That was a result of the weather. While we're waiting, the Lady K-Hawk basketball team and their boosters. Become a booster today. Head to khawksports.com. Click on the Lady K-Hawk basketball logo to contact Coach Lori Billy to find out how to support your Lady K-Hawk basketball team. Lady K-Hawk basketball.
So instead of 21-14, it is 21-13 in favor of Triad. And we will see how things transpire here for the last 2 minutes and 25 seconds of this first half. In case you're just joining us, we started late, had about an hour and 15-minute delay due to lightning in the area.
Past my bedtime already, Tom.
And, yeah, it is. And the deluge followed all the lightning. And I'm telling you what, it came down in bucketfuls. Since then, it has kind of stopped, but now we see a little bit of a mist in the air once again. So we're hoping that the heavy stuff at least holds off for a while.
While we're waiting for the kickoff, Todd, Collinsville Auto Body, over 30 years experience, all insurance companies welcome, with a 100% guaranteed satisfaction. CollinsvilleAutobody.com, a proud sponsor of KahoksSportsNetwork.com. And if you'd like to advertise on these broadcasts, contact our own Peyton Blaylock.
Andrew Van Clavern is back to kick it off. He does so. It's high, not very deep. It is going to fall on the ground at the 30-yard line, and it is picked up there by Triad, and now another man off to the races, but a nice lick there at the end as
29.
Triad will start in pretty good field position, though, after a nice run back by Clayton Monroe.
Yeah, it was. He kind of went down to one knee. I think if he would have caught the ball, he would have been down back there. Instead, it went through his arms. It kind of hit the ground. He picked it back up and ran for a nice return. Dylan Johnson, again, the junior, there, the nice pop on the sideline there to bring him down.
So, Jason Barber back at quarterback once again for Triad. They have the ball at midfield on the 50-yard line. 2:18 left to play here in this first half. Once again, Sauer, Medved, and Lusk are the running backs in this formation for Triad. Barber underneath center. There's the snap. Barber is going to go back to pass. He looks. He throws down the field. It's intended for the same man who just returned the ball on the kickoff. Clayton Monroe, the senior, who stands at 5'10", weighs 169 pounds. That was a nice throw. Got a lot of air underneath it, but just led his receiver a little too far.
I remember when I was 5'10" and 162 pounds.
I've never been 5'10", and I've never weighed 169 pounds.
Now I'm still 5'10". I'm just not a little bit more than 160.
I'm still 5'6", and I still weigh 125 pounds, just as I did when I graduated high school. Now, actually, when I graduated high school, I weighed 110. I joined the Army. They put some weight on me. But then once the basic training portion was over and the Army just became a regular job, I went down to 125. Been there ever since, kids. Sauer underneath center, or excuse me, Barber underneath center once again. Here is a handoff, and Barber kept it, but I tell you what, Medved took a lick. That wasn't even Medved. No, that was Jake Sauer.
That was Sauer.
Sauer took a lick, man. If he would have had the ball, he would have been down behind the line of scrimmage, but as it was, Barber, he just got up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. So big third down here again for the Kahawk defense. Another hold here would be great. They did it last time.
Rain picks up again.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a timeout here.
We do. Collinsville called their first timeout, so
well, let me go.
2 minutes left to go. We have timeout on the field.
I'll do one of these long sponsors. How's that here while we're in the break here? KahoksSportsNetwork.com. Sponsor, CMC Electric, is a full-service electrical contractor located in Collinsville and serving the entire St. Louis metropolitan area. You can count on CMC Electric to provide high-quality service no matter what size the job. Trust CMC Electric for all your commercial and residential electrical needs. Call them at 345-2008 or visit cmcelectricalinc.com for more information.
Well, the clock says 2 minutes to go here in this first half, so we'll count that as an official 2-minute warning, even though we don't get 2-minute warnings in high school football. But they just added 7 seconds back on the clock. I thought I heard somebody say that. The official wanted 2:07 put back on the clock. So, 2:07 left to play here in the first half. Triad leads 21-13, and they have the ball, and they're still right at midfield. 2 plays that resulted in no gains, and that brings up 3rd and 10 now for the Knights. Barber, brings his team out of the huddle. And underneath center once again. And once again, the Triad line, as they get down into their three-point stance, they draw the Kahawks offside, so there's a free 5 yards for the Knights. Still 2:07 on the clock. Clock hasn't moved.
Delay a game.
Delay a game. Wow.
Well, that came at a good time.
That came out of nowhere, too.
Right before we jumped off sides, it was delayed a game. So, good deal there for the Kahoks.
Well, we don't have a play clock here like we did at Collinsville, so the referees keep it themselves. And I don't have the time to tell you what's going on and count to 30. Man in motion is Medved, and there's a pass, and it's almost picked off. A nice read there by Collinsville, and almost coming up with that ball was Cody Reynolds.
Yeah, the junior 6 foot, 195-pounder got a hand on the ball, able to knock it down. Great third down play there, brings up fourth, punting unit out, and just under 2 minutes?
4th and 15, 2:04 left to go on the
we'll
clock.
have a little bit of time here, so
see if Collinsville can get some more points on the board as they trail 21-13. Wind has shifted direction and is now blowing the rain right in the broadcast booth.
Right on the electronic equipment I'm touching. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Here's the punt, and it's a nice high spiral punt and a fair catch that was called for.
Yeah.
Well, Cornelius Walker was the one who caught the ball, but he wasn't the one who called the fair catch.
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't going to get very far. There was 2 or 3 guys for Triad right down there on him, so probably a good deal in this weather with the rain coming down. Fair catch it, bring the offense out here.
Cornelius Walker's not very happy about it.
Yeah, I think he was ready to go.
He goes off shaking his head, wondering what happened there.
And we'll adjust the camera here for those watching.
So 1:57.
Got some water on the lens.
Left to play. Oh, yeah, that's going to happen.
It's our special effects.
And there's our special effects man taking care of it. Chris Kettler, everybody. Give him a round of applause. 21-13 in favor of Triad. Collinsville with the ball. They have 2 timeouts left. 1:57 left on the clock. And Connor Zabalia is the quarterback. He loses the grip on the ball, and he's not even going to get back up to the line of scrimmage.
Whew, that was close. That ball's all over in that Kahawk backfield tonight, bobbling and bumbling all over the place. It was a good exchange from the center to quarterback. He went to fake the handoff, and it just kind of squirted out of his hand there a little bit. Loss of, about 2, maybe 3?
Yep, seems like it.
At least it was not a turnover.
Left on the clock, and it looks like Collinsville has called another timeout. So timeout on the field for the Collinsville Kahawks. They use their second timeout of this half. So they have 1 left with 1:49 left to go here in this first half. 21-13 the score in favor of Triad. Collinsville scored the first 7 points of this game, and then Triad rattled off 21 unanswered points, unanswered until Mayweather took a 70-yard handoff in for a touchdown. That made it 21-13, and that's where we stand now, 21 for Triad and 13 for the Collinsville Kahawks.
Thank one of our sponsors here, Todd, the Collinsville Kahawk Football Boosters would like to thank you for tuning into tonight's broadcast. You can help support the Kahawk football team by becoming a booster member today. Just click the football on our website and tell Coach L you'd like to become a member.
Well, Collinsville's back on the field now after the timeout. Zabalia in shotgun once again. He has Mayweather and Burks in the backfield with him. Well, and now Collinsville moves.
67.
57.
57. Mr. Josh Harris got a little ready. The Triad was ready to go on his side there, too, and he got a little overexcited. Whew, long second down now.
I just heard in my ear that we're having a 10-minute halftime. So a little smaller halftime than what we're used to. Since we got started late. Here's the snap, and once again, Zabalia has to fall on the ball.
Well, we can't go back much further. We're near the goal line here. This drive has been miserable for the Kahawks.
Justin Akeley is the center right now. And I believe Collinsville, Triad's going to use
last time out. Okay.
So, 21-13 remains our score, and the clock seems to not move very much as it started at 1:49 on that play. Now we're down to 1:44.
Well, KHawkSportsNetwork.com brought to you by the Main Attraction. If your hair, skin, or nails are not becoming of you, then you should be coming to the Main Attraction, full-service salon. Open 8 to 8 Monday through Friday and 8 to 6 on Saturday. Located in Collinsville, give them a call at 618-344-3778 or visit them at mainattractionhairstudio.com. And you can also like them on Facebook. Looks like it says here $5 off for new customers at the Main Attraction.
Nice.
Yeah. Carla over there.
Everybody can use a free $5, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
So after the timeout, Collinsville has the ball. They keep going backwards. It's now 3rd and 24 as the ball is on their own 4-yard line with 1:44 left to play here in this first half. They at least would like to get some yardage and give themselves some room to punt if that's the case. Or, of course, get that first down. Keep those chains moving.
We'll take the first down instead.
Zabaya in his own end zone, and now we have a whistle on the play, and that is going to be delay a game.
Okay.
Can't back them up too much farther. Yeah, back to the 2-yard line. And now Collinsville is going to be playing this down in the shadows of their own goalposts.
This is a type of drive series as a coach. You just pulling your hair out. You just keep moving backwards and backwards here.
Coach Liljegren is not feeling well either. Talked to him earlier in the game. He has one of those summertime colds that I had a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
Here's the snap, almost bobbled by Zabaya. He's going to be lucky to get out of the end zone. He doesn't. That's going to be a safety. Triad's going to attack another couple of points up on the board, and that's going to make it 23-13. So the Knights will have a 10-point lead with 1:39 left to play, and they're going to get the ball back.
Boy, that is a killer there, Todd.
Snaps are just due.
Yeah, I mean,
right
the Triad Knights did nothing on that from a 1st and 10 to being a 3rd and whatever, 3rd and 25. The Triad had nothing to do with that. It was all on the Kahoks. It was their own mistakes. It was their own snaps. And, Triad comes away with 2 points on that. So
coming up at halftime, Chris Kettler is going to join you. Talk some soccer and some other stuff.
He's joining me or you?
He's joining himself.
I think that's what I thought. Yeah, I think he's joining himself. We're going to get a little break here at halftime.
Peyton Blaylock may put a headset on too, and
we may go get a hot dog and a soda down there while he's doing the.
It's been a long night in the broadcast booth.
Well, while we're waiting, we'll get this one out of the way for KHawkSportsNetwork.com, and so need to make sense in investing. You want a financial investor that cares about your well-being. Give Jason Raig of Edward Jones a call today at 344-0252. Jason would like to wish all the K-Hawk athletes good luck this year. And probably after hearing his ad, he's probably ready to go to bed now for Jason. So. I talked to Jason this week. He was all excited. We mentioned him all last week during the games, and we really appreciate him being a sponsor. He's a good guy.
All right, we switched the windows, and we're ready for the free kick from the K-Hawks to the Triad Knights. And I forgot, it's not a free kick in high school football. They actually put it on the tee.
Yeah, but they're back there.
And the wind's blowing, so they might have to have somebody come down there and hold it on that tee for them. And now Andrew Van Claveren is ready to kick it off. He does so from the 20-yard line as the ball is end over end, and it takes a K-Hawk bounce, but it ends up going right into the hands of Medved, and Medved is going to be pushed out of bounds in front of his own bench right at midfield. So Triad will have 94 seconds to see if they can put some more points up on the board.
Yeah, there was a few nice hits out there during that return. I think Triad was wanting to really get that ball up there, take advantage of that safety and that good field position.
Well, we'll see what they can do with the ball. The ball is just on Triad's side of the 50-yard line, so we'll call it 1st and 10 from the Knights' 49-yard line. As Barber. It's the second time I've said Bourbon.
Yeah.
Barber and company up to the line of scrimmage. Sauer behind him. Medved goes into motion. Barber is going to go back to pass. He has a man open, but right off of the fingertips of the intended receiver, which was
18, Sam Lawson.
Sam.
Covered by 36 for the Kahoks, Dennis Kress. We mentioned his name a few times last week. I believe he had the interception. Is that correct?
I believe
last
you are
week?
right.
I think we were talking about him before the game as well.
Yes.
In the hour and 15-minute delay we had, we were running out of stories to tell each other here.
Dennis Kress had the interception, and Nick Reichert had the fumble recovery. Nick Reichert, by the way, led Collinsville with tackles with 7. Cody Reynolds and Queron King had a tackle each for losses against Altoff last week. Here is Barber once again, and here is Barber keeping the ball, trying the left-hand side, and he gets a first down and slides across the wet field all the way up to the 35-yard line. They're going to give him credit for the slide, but up to the 36-yard line. That's going to move the chains with 1:24 left to play here in this first half as Triad looking to add to their 10-point lead. It's 23-13 in favor of the Knights as they're into Collinsville territory.
I believe they are out of timeouts, though, also Triad, so that'll hurt them a little bit here.
As the clock continues to run now after the chains move, down to 1:10. Sauer keeps the ball, tries the right-hand side, has a blocker in front of him, but a nice open field tackle there.
Henry Weinrich.
By Henry Weinrich. Weinrich, 5'9", 185-pound senior, was having none of it. Lost a 2 on the play for Barber. And we're down to the final 40 seconds of this first half. 23-13. It's going to be a short halftime. I believe I heard him say 10 minutes instead of the usual 12, and then I think they tack on 3 more. Here is another pass, and this one is going to be lofted right into the hands of Medved. Wide open down the field and in for a touchdown. 38-yard touchdown for Trevor Medved. And Triad continues to rack up the points. Pending the extra point try here, it could be 30-13 in a blink of an eye.
That was almost too easy there, Todd, on that play, but what a great pass. Right over the back of the safety.
He lofted that ball, had a lot of air underneath it, and I tell you what, he put it right into the breadbasket of Medved, and Medved had nothing but green grass in front of him after that.
Yeah, that was an easy play for those two.
York on to try another extra point. He's already 3 of 3, and now he is 4 of 4. So 30-13 in favor of Triad. Still 24.8 seconds to go in this first half. And Collinsville will probably get the ball and hold on to it.
I would think you would have to. Right now you're down. While we're waiting there, finish up here for this first half with our sponsor, Collinsville Physical Therapy, a family-owned business that specializes in providing comprehensive physical therapy services to the Metro East. Let them create an individual experience and allow you to reach your goals. Open 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, 8 to noon on Saturday with locations in Collinsville and Troy. They are near you. Call 343-1122 or click on over to their website at collinsvillept.com today. Collinsville Physical Therapy.
Well, things just are not going well for Collinsville after they started off with that 7-0 lead. A couple of nice runs by Kennedy Mayweather, a 69-yard touchdown run and a 70-yard touchdown run. Those have been the bright spots for Collinsville, but the dark spots, if you will, have been the center to quarterback exchange on the snap.
The lack of Flando.
And Triad has been pretty much clicking on all cylinders since the game began after, well, they've committed a couple of turnovers, but it didn't hurt them.
No. Their defense was able to hold them a little bit. With those 2 runs by Mayweather. Other than that, they've been pretty strong. But that was just that last offensive play there by Barber to Medved. That was just a pretty play. Yeah, well.
Here is the kick by York. Cornelius Walker is back deep. And instead of Walker, though, it is going to be Matt Hill who takes the ball. And Hill gets taken down at the 20-yard line, and the referee says the ball came out, but he was already down. So Collinsville will have the ball at their own 22-yard line with 19.8 seconds to go in the first half. Connor Zabalia and company will head back out. I would think they would just take a knee and go to the locker room and try to figure out what to do in the second half.
Well, that's what I would do, Todd.
But we're not football coaches. We're just the guys in the booth. And right now, Lamb comes up and gets a last-minute word from Zabalia. And Mayweather and Burks flank both sides of Zabalia, and he's just going to do that. He's going to take a knee, and that is going to end the first half of play as the final 10 seconds click off of this one in the first half. 30-13 in favor of the Triad Knights after Collinsville jumped out to a 7-0 lead. It's pretty much been all Triad ever since then. So we have reached halftime. We're going to take a break, and we're going to turn things over for a little while to Peyton Blaylock and Chris Kettler, and myself and Mike Ogle will be back to bring you the second half in just a little while.
If you hold the radical theory that a financial advisor should simplify things without making you feel simple.
If you believe a financial advisor should keep you in the loop and not in the dark.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and ThinkTime make a difference.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Hello, and welcome back to Triad High School. This is Peyton Blaylock, and alongside me is Chris Kettler, and this is the Redmond Insurance Halftime Show. Well, Chris, what do you think of the first half?
Well, it didn't go so well for the Kahoks there in that first half. They're down in this game 30-13. Looked like they might have get back in there with Kenny Mayweather's 7-yard touchdown run with 2:25, but then they got the ball back quickly, got caught in a safety, and then Triad's one complete touchdown pass gave them about 9 points there in the final 2 minutes. And the Kahoks down 17.
Yeah, it's definitely not the start that we hoped for. We got things off on the right foot with a 69-yard run by Kennedy Mayweather, so he's definitely showed that he has a lot of playmaking ability so far in this one.
Yeah, Mayweather has about 180 rushing yards in this one. He had a 69 and 70-yard touchdown runs. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of rushing yards.
That's a lot of rushing yards. That's pretty much all our yards of offense. We had one completed pass, interception. And Zabalia has been caught back with from some low snaps, and the guy got caught in that safety there, so that skewers the statistics just a little bit, other than Mayweather's 180 yards.
Yeah, and folks, you might have just heard the name Zabala mentioned as the quarterback. That is because Philando Wilkinson actually went down. I guess it was in the first drive of the game.
Yeah, it was one of the first plays. I looked up there, and Todd and Mike there were still calling Philando out there, and I tapped him on the shoulder, and I said they switched that up at some point. And apparently it's an injury.
And we haven't gotten any word on what the injury is. I know he's been sitting on the bench with his shoulder pads off, so it looks like he's probably done for the day, which is really not good because he's not only the Kahoks starting quarterback, but he's also the punter. And so far we've kind of seen it in the punts or lack thereof.
Yeah, they kind of choosing not to punt there most of the time and just to keep them off. We're out here in this game that's been being played in the remnants of a hurricane.
Yeah.
Now, Peyton and I have been watching Collinsville football for like 16 years now, and I can tell you, I've never seen a game played in the remnants of a hurricane.
I am extremely surprised that we went ahead and actually got this game up and going. I mean, we waited for, about an hour and 20 minutes
in
a
it was like
lightning delay. And I'm actually pretty surprised that we ended up getting this one going, since I know we were hearing rumors back and forth about how it could wind up either being on Monday or Sunday, but I'm actually kind of glad we got it in. But
yeah, I was looking at the News Democrat, and it said Alton and Cahokia are going to wait and play on Monday. I know the JV freshman games, they're not even going to try to play tomorrow over there in Collinsville, between Collinsville and Triad. They're just going to wait on Monday morning for the storms to pass.
Exactly. Yeah, I actually got word from Coach K this afternoon, since I'm actually one of the freshman football coaches. We are now playing at 10 a.m. on Monday. Labor Day high school football.
Labor Day high school football.
Not too bad. I can't complain too much. I'm out of school that day, and so are the high schoolers, and we get to play a little bit of football. But
well, for Triad, they got 30 points here in this first half. Trevor Medved didn't really touch the ball much in the first quarter, but then he had 2 long touchdown runs in the second quarter.
Yeah, he definitely turned up a notch in the second quarter.
I only got him down for 4 carries, but 104 yards. Jake Sawyer has 8 carries. He has 1 touchdown, too.
Our defense was playing extremely well in the first quarter, and even parts of the second quarter, they weren't playing horrible. I mean, we were getting some monstrous hits. Triad has actually fumbled the ball at least 3 times, twice recovered by us.
And they hadn't even bothered to pass it, or they had 4 incomplete passes until that last one there with 25 seconds to go. We just couldn't get off the field. We gave them 9 points there right before the halftime.
Yeah, unfortunately, they are beating us on the big play. And offensively for us, unfortunately, it's been kind of a common theme in the last 2 games with some not so good snapping from our center. And today, I don't even know how many fumbles Triad has recovered because of our not so good snapping.
It just puts him behind on every play. Zabalia is back there scrambling, and the play is already lost before he can get the ball because of the low snap. And
I can only imagine what my dad, who's the defensive coordinator, and Coach Liljegren are down there discussing with the team right now. I can't imagine them being too happy. And knowing my dad, defense might not be getting some kind words right now. But if I know that defense, they're definitely going to step up in the second half. They're going to make some adjustments, and I fully expect this to be a different ball game in the second half. Hopefully we can come back.
Well, Peyton, we got some other sports coming up later on this week. Got some soccer games?
Yes, I believe we have a game on September, I believe it's the 4th,
Right.
boys soccer against O'Fallon.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the soccer team has dropped a couple games after their 2-0 start. They lost to Highland and Belleville West this week. And
McClure North on
McClure
last
North.
Saturday.
Yeah.
We broadcasted that one. That was our first broadcast for a soccer game. And our second will be on Tuesday against O'Fallon.
Yeah, looking forward to that one.
Absolutely.
Kahoks.
Hopefully the Kahoks can come back a little bit and have a pretty good season.
And
I have
then
full faith in Coach Hensler to get those boys back on the right track.
Volleyball, their season is going as well. The girls volleyball team, they're 3-1, and they had a tournament starting tonight in Edwardsville. They don't have to worry about any weather problems in that tournament unless there's a leaky roof or something in Edwardsville. But they had beaten Carlisle in their home opener on Monday, and I think they lost to Freeburg.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do really any volleyball this year. I'd like to, but just kind of a lack of time. But I fully expect us to be able to do it again next year. And I know the volleyball people are probably not too happy with us for not covering it, but I promise we will do our best next year to get it back on Kahoks Sports Network.
Well, this is the football game here on Kahoks Sports Network. The Kahoks are down 30-13 at the half. And we'll take a break and come back with Todd Duke and Mike Ogle for the second half.
Yep.